guys.
Oh, okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and welcome to my podcast if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or another platform. So today I'm going to be incorporating my podcast with like my YouTube channel, which I've never really done before because I just kind of keep the two separate, but I'm going to do something different today. Today I have my friend Aubrey with me, and we're going to be talking about some deep shit. So if you're not looking to engage in a deep
Conversation
to expand your consciousness and grow your mind, and then don't continue to watch.
You've been warned.
Okay, so I just have things like in my notes that I write down like when I get ideas. So this is an idea that I had for this episode, so I'm gonna basically read what I wrote down. So I called it reinventing yourself after a spiritual awakening. So basically I was talking about how before you become woke, you would adhere to and associate with things that you probably didn't even really like only because they were trendy and popular. You wanted to fit in with people so bad that you would participate in all of the trendy things just to make yourself feel like you belong or would be accepted. But after realizing none of that matters, you start to wonder who you even are. You literally have to reinvent yourself because you have to learn and recognize the things that you actually do like and want to associate with. I.e., this was just me personally, my clothing styles, my music choice, and even the way that I talked. Like, I would literally like change the ways that I spoke around certain people to try to like fit in with them and shit like that. So like, yeah, that's basically what we're going to be talking about in this episode. Do you want to start or?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Okay, you can go.
Okay, first of all, I think what you said basically is what happens to the basic person when they're finding their own individuality. I definitely agree with you when it comes to like not being woke, like, because when you're not woke and you're not paying attention to what role you play in the world, you're kind of just following the blind. It's the blind following the blind, and you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. You're not conscious of what you're doing. But when you become woke and like you start finding yourself and you start like experimenting with life and experimenting with things and trying to see like, okay, do I like this, do I like that, I don't like this, I don't like that, keep that away from me. It's just about finding your own individuality. I think it happens to the best of us, but not everybody goes through that process, which is really fucking weird. Some people really spend their entire lives like just following the crowd, and yeah. I never understood how you could follow the crowd when the earth is like big as fuck. I'd rather be weird and true to myself than pretend and try to fit in.
Right.
But like niggas used to be bullying in school, so I was like, fuck.
But yeah, like, I don't know, I was just really high when I thought to write that down. Like, it just came into my mind. I was just like, I don't know, I was just thinking, I was just like, man, like, I don't really got a lot of clothes that I like because like I used to just buy shit, like all these Vans, like I had like these Van shirts and these Thrasher shirts and these Jordans and shit that I don't even really fucking like. Like I don't even like this shit. Like I don't have anything to wear this with. I have nothing that I want to wear this with, and it's just like, why the fuck did I buy this shit? Like I bought it because I was trying to fit in. Like that was literally something that was like always important to me when I was growing up. I always felt like I was different than everybody else, but that made me feel weird, like an outcast. But now I realize that it's a good thing. So I used to try to make myself fit in by like doing stuff like that, like listening to certain music or talking certain ways or dressing certain ways to try to fit in with people. And then like after I like, you know, had my spiritual awakening and like realized I don't fucking care about that shit, I'm just like, okay, so who the fuck am I?
But that was definitely me too. Like growing up, people used to always like behind my back and be like, she's weird, and I'd be like, bitch, I thought you were weird too, but I let you be. Like I didn't say anything. I always knew I was different, and I always knew I was not like these other niggas. Like I'd just be like, bro, fuckers, I don't know. Like, and like when I don't want to do something, or when I'm uncomfortable, or when I just feel like this is not me and I'm not being true to myself, it shows. Like, it shows in my face and my body language. And when I would wear, like, you know, Jordans with some fucking skinny jeans, like, and a fucking shirt to match the shoes, the worst outfit ever. It's like, it would just show in my body language that I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I went to the high school that I did, because it was an art school. So probably about like my junior year, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get uncomfortable. And I just started like changing my style. And literally ever since then, I've just been experimenting with clothes. And I just lost my attachment to it, because I realized, like, for real, I'll be okay walking around in some rags and a sheet. So these materialistic things don't even matter to me. And when I stopped giving a fuck about that, that's kind of when I felt outcast too. Because it was kind of just like, I'm lonely because no one thinks like me.
Yeah, that was me too. Like, that's me just in general. That's why I don't talk to people about certain things. I keep a lot of stuff to myself, because it's just like, nobody gets it like the way that I do.
Yeah, and it's like, you're really not that passionate about it as I am, so I'm just gonna keep this to myself, because yeah,
I don't know, I feel like a lot of like the pressure or like anxiety that I had, like about being an outcast or about being different, like was created by myself. Like, and I think that is a large problem that I have in my life. Like, I project my own insecurities onto myself, and I feel like other people are viewing me in that way when they're really not. Like, that's just I feel like a lot of people do that. Like, I'll see people that'll like complain about, like, oh, my forehead's big, and I'm like, it literally doesn't even look like that bad.
Yeah,
like calm down.
And it's like, you know, you try to make them feel better, but they just be like, no, stop lying. And you just be like, I'm not though.
Right.
That's kind of like the funniest shit ever. But I think I just learned, like, some shit is just not for me. Like, some conversations are just not meant for me to have. So like, when I run into, like, I really don't, like, I don't know, I just think I'm not like the self-reassuring type of person. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I just told you once that you look fucking fine. Right. And you keep telling me you don't. Okay, right. I don't really know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, that's me too. Like, at that point, you just want to be.
Yeah,
you want to be like that. So
yeah, yeah. But I also really don't believe, like, I don't believe like embarrassment. I don't believe in like being insecure, because it's kind of just like, how am I going to be that? Like, I could be that, or I could just fully accept myself and be delusional and live life like a blur.
Right.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's me too. Like, letting go of that stuff. Like, I don't know, sometimes I really do be feeling those emotions, like, especially like guilt and embarrassment and like stuff like that. I be feeling them, like, but it's only at certain times. I don't always feel them. Like, I can think about a situation and be like, I don't give a fuck, and then like another day I can think about it and just get so anxious or just feel this so much guilt about it. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why do I feel like this? And
I low-key, I think that's the whole point of life, is to be humiliated.
Exactly. And I think that too, like, especially in order to grow. And that's why I've been doing a lot of things, like, especially like putting myself out there. Like, that video that I made about, like, the story time video about the guy that played me, that is a humiliating story. Like, I don't like to talk about that story. Like, I never told people about that. I was always quiet about that. But I also feel like in order for me to heal from that, like, things like that, I have to talk about it and I have to put it out there. Also, I felt like it would be better for me to like make something out of the situation, like help other people through something, or like to
at least make some money off of
it. Make some money and let other people know that they're not alone,
make
and
some
that
money off my pain.
Other people go through that stuff. So, you know, I hope my embarrassment is really benefiting you guys.
Yeah. I can definitely relate though. I made a TikTok, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video eventually and probably talk about it more, because I deleted the TikTok because I got embarrassed. Like, I got too humiliated. I was like, I low-key don't want like people to know this shit,
bro.
Like, I don't want people to fucking find my page and see that fucking video. I
contemplate deleting my YouTube, my TikTok. I'm just like, why am I putting myself out here? Like,
yeah,
ew, what the fuck? That's so
like,
weird.
when people know what you thinking, it just feels like a fucking entire invasion of privacy.
Yes.
But I basically told how everybody was like, I was like, yeah, my mom is fucking, like, she does drugs. I was raised by my grandma. I'm kind of sad. And then I deleted it. Like, but I got some comments where people was like, I actually got some love from it. and then people was like, talk about it more. And when somebody told me to talk about it more, I low-key got triggered. So I made a video and was like, that was like, fuck you, I'm not talking about shit. Because after that, it was like the fucking light switch in my head went off. Let me just shut the fuck up. Y'all don't need to know. Okay, so I have a question. So when you realized, like, when you were awoken to like how you were showing up in the world as kind of like a follower, and you kind of started becoming your own leader, what was like the first initial thing that like changed you?
Like, that changed me into like being awoken, or like changed me into like,
well, my question was really, what was the first thing that you noticed that changed inside of you once you started to become like your own leader?
Oh, well, definitely, like, especially like in the beginning of my spiritual journey, I had this really like long era of me just not giving a fuck about anything, and I feel like that really has to happen, like, and like especially for somebody like me who spent so much of their life being so self-conscious about every little fucking detail about themselves. I feel like I had to go through a moment where I just completely fucking humiliated myself and embarrassed myself and just didn't care about anything that I did, because it's like it was like kind of purging myself of that mentality and like reprogramming myself to like not think like that, to not be so self-conscious. So in order for me to do that, I had to like embarrass myself and make myself feel uncomfortable. So I think that was definitely one thing for me. Like, I started to like wear different things that I wouldn't normally wear, or do certain things that I wouldn't normally do. Like, I used to wear makeup to work, and like I remember like this fucking guy, these people used to always think I was emo because I used to wear fucking eyeliner and wear all black. Okay, I wear eyeliner, I wear all black, and I listen to Paramore. So fucking what?
Literally, like, I love Paramore.
Like, that doesn't mean I'm emo. I just like the color black. I like eyeliner, and I like alternative music. Like,
and I like experimenting and testing new shit out. Like, I definitely feel you, because one day you might catch me wearing fucking eyeliner, black eyeliner, like in an emo outfit that you'd be like, damn, bitch, is you depressed? And then the next day I might be wearing fucking normal clothes. Right. Like, I just like to switch up.
That's me too, yeah. And it's like, yeah. Also, I just hated like how like that situation alone used to like also make me feel insecure about myself, because I hated feeling like I was being put in a fucking box. Yes. Just because I wear this and I do this doesn't mean I have to be that. Yes. I can be whatever the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to be put in a box and be labeled as something just because I do this. I just I used to hate that shit so fucking much.
Yes. Like, I feel like once you like your spiritual awakening, and then like you realize like niggas been putting me in the box. It's like, I fucking beat the box up, destroyed the box, cut the box up, set the box on fire, glued the box back together, put that bitch in the freezer, let it unthaw, and then I fucking destroyed the box again. Don't ever box me in your life. Like, when you look at me, I want you to, who the fuck is that? What is she doing? I don't know. Like, I don't want you to ever know. I'm a question mark to you. Don't put me in a fucking box. But what you said was so true. Like, you definitely just described like how I was feeling, like, during my spiritual awakening. Like, when you were talking about before, I forgot though.
Not giving a fuck about anything?
Yeah, not giving a fuck about anything. I would just be putting myself out there, like, doing shit that I know that I really don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about how I just acted. I don't give a fuck about what I said. I don't give a fuck about whose feelings I hurt. Like, I remember this one time, a friend told me, like, Ari, your actions are affecting others. I don't give a fuck. Like, nobody gave a fuck when their actions were affecting me. Right. So now that I'm fucking wild and free, I feel like that's just a part of the journey, to just like literally like fucking Vampire Diaries, like turn your switch off, no humanity, literally just raw, go fucking crazy, do whatever the fuck you want, and literally just ball out.
Yes. Because
literally, and I'm still on that shit to this day. Like, I don't ever want to get rid of that mentality. Like, not giving a fuck. That's never
the way that you navigate through life.
Literally, like, I feel best and I feel like my truest self because I don't give a fuck, and I'm just like, I'm at peace. Yes. Because I don't give a fuck.
I feel like giving a fuck too much and taking life too seriously is like what like hinders you in a way. Like,
literally,
it limits you in some ways, because you're like, it causes like, I guess, like fear and like you to overthink and stuff like
I
that.
feel like giving a fuck too much literally just stops you from being great. It stops you from being you.
But you're always second guessing yourself. You're always thinking about it too much. Like, just do the shit.
Yeah, I feel like not giving a fuck is just like when you give a fuck too much about something that don't give a fuck about you, you just wasted time and energy. But when you don't give a fuck, you just fucking live better and enjoy life. Like, you're just smiling for no reason. Like, just smiling because you just don't give a fuck that much. It's like, I'm just happy.
On cloud fucking 9.
Literally cloud 9. Like, I would literally humiliate the fuck out of myself, embarrass myself, and not care. And I feel like you have to do that.
Yes.
It's a part of the soul search. Like,
I've been normalizing that lately. Because I've been, like, I don't know. I think I get embarrassed from, like, small things. But I've also just been, like, learning to just say, well, it already happened. So
yeah.
I can't do shit about it. There's no point in me allowing myself to feel like you know.
Yeah, like, I already fucking did it. Like, if I ever find myself in an embarrassing situation, I kind of just, I don't know, I'm humble about it. Like, I let people know, like, I have no shame about what the fuck you just fucking saw. So, I'm not I have no shame at whatsoever. You think you about to have me crying in a corner somewhere? Nope.
Right.
I'm not about to be fucking boo-hooing or fucking regretting what the fuck I just did. I will proudly embarrass myself. And like, someone told me, like, I feel like as a woman, at this age, 19 is definitely the great age to just like wild out, be free, and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, whatever freedom means to me, I can do that. And someone told me, like, this guy, like, I don't even fucking want him, so I don't know why he was like saying that to me. He was like, I don't even know what I did. Like, maybe it was just me, or maybe it's because I'm really not putting myself out there to be in a relationship. I'm not giving off that vibe to anyone at all. He was like, this is why you don't have a boyfriend. I was like, just like, no context. I think it's because I wasn't giving him any attention, no time of the day. And he goes, this is why you don't have a boyfriend. Bitch, I don't want one. I'm too busy living my wild, free, untamed, happy, carefree life. Not giving a fuck. Like, I can't even remember when the last time I gave a fuck. Like, I spent so much of my life, spend so much of my time thinking, like, people give a fuck about what I do, but they don't.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I feel like a lot of the times like I said, we project our insecurities onto ourselves. Like, we're thinking, this person thinks I'm weird, or they think that I'm this, but they really don't. Like, especially like when it comes to doing YouTube, like, that was one thing that was kind of difficult for me, like being able to film in public and being around people and like not feeling weird. But then I heard somebody say something like, a lot of the times when people are filming YouTube videos and people are like watching you, they're not looking at you like, oh, what is she doing? They're looking like, oh, what's she doing? Like, they're genuinely actually interested in what you're doing. And a lot of people aren't like hating on you. And that was another thing that I had, like, for me too. I was projecting that onto myself, like people hating on me or like looking down on me for doing YouTube because it's not a real job, or because it's not like a real, you know, career or whatever. But, or people say it's not a real career. But then I had to realize, like, I'm not gonna lie, I just forgot my train of thought.
You had to realize.
Oh yeah, like, I'm pretty sure nobody's really doing that. Like, I have never to this day, like, as far as like for me restarting my YouTube channel, I haven't got anybody like that has said anything negative to me. But for some reason, I feel like everybody's judging me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I realize it's just me. Like, that's me judging myself. Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any hate for like doing YouTube. I did get hate for starting my business though. Like, I hung my flyer up, and I live in an all girls dorm room, and they ripped it. But if you don't have any haters, then you do not do something right.
You ain't got haters, you ain't popping.
Yeah, so you bitches is mad. But anyway, my YouTube journey kind of like slow because I really just don't know what type of content to make. And also, I'd be like, do people fucking care about all these intrusive fucking thoughts? Like, who's gonna listen to this?
That's what I think too. But then I also feel like, I don't know, I see a lot of YouTubers who just post anything and they have a lot of subscribers, so it's just like, okay,
well, let me go follow
all you have to do is just like post something and you'll find people that like your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But I have received some hate like on TikTok. Because I just like mouthing funny sounds because they're just hilarious. And somebody was like, no, you need to go get a real job. I was like, damn. Just okay. But
okay,
I think you're trying to say, see, maybe acting isn't for you, bitch. Like, but we're just gonna let you stay over there and me over here. Like, I was just doing that out of fun, not like for a profession. Fuck,
bro. People be always trying to fucking hate on somebody. Like,
yeah, like,
go suck a dick.
Like, people always just dropping their opinions out. I'm like, granted, you can do that, but I'm just gonna keep fucking walking. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, just keep swimming. Like Dory said, like, when people hate on you or try to play you in your face and you know, act like they better than you and shit, like, I've like fucking encountered people who are like so arrogant and like just like try to one up me and like be like, I'm so better than you. It's kind of like it's like, okay, just stay out of my fucking way. Like, people like that I just be like, okay. I feel like people get mad when you do anything.
Yeah, regardless of what you do, regardless of if it's something good or bad, people are always going to have something to say.
Yeah, and people really don't want you to be happy or be successful. Right. So when you are and when you are striving towards that, you just notice like a lot of like shit. People
are jealous.
Yeah.
And they they project their insecurities onto you.
Yeah.
And their beliefs about themselves, or they try to project their beliefs about themselves onto you. Well, yeah, that's because some people have a lot of psychological issues they need to heal from.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just like, I fucking wish like I could call like a group meeting with everybody on the fucking earth and like, okay, besties, listen. And then everybody like give me some feedback and like try to change themselves, but I cannot do that.
I guess that might have to conclude for now, at least, because my battery's about to die. Yeah, this is a good conversation. I like doing stuff like this. I definitely want to do like more.
This was a good conversation.
Yeah. This is just like, I don't know. It was deep, but this is not as deep as I want to go. I want to get deeper into stuff too, one day. But this was cool. So if y'all liked this, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, leave any suggestions for other topics you'd like for us to talk about. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I hope for you guys to tune into the next one. Peace.